and welcome to Homeschool Advice with Laura Geis. I'm Laura Geis, author of the Homeschool Toolkit and founder of HomeschoolAdviceOnline.com. Well, this week I had a mother write in and she says, "My school is going great, but dinner time is awful. Can you suggest any meal planning ideas?" So I thought we'd take a little time this month and talk about meals. And she's right, dinner time can be very stressful. As I was thinking about the answer to this question, I reflected on how much time we actually spend on meals in my family anyway. And I counted up the hours I spend going to the grocery store, putting the groceries away, preparing the food, eating the meal, and then cleaning up after, and figured out that it was about 20% of my time every day I spend on meals. So I often say I wish that we didn't even need to eat, because boy, I would have a lot more time. But we do, so we might as well figure out how to do it and enjoy it, right? So I've noticed that there are three kinds of meal planners out there. There are the wait and see types, and these are the ones that, you know, if it's not 5 o'clock yet, we don't even need to discuss it. They wait till the last minute. They're the ones you find in the grocery store at rush hour, picking up something for dinner that night. So they don't really have any plan, or you find them in the drive-through line around 6 o'clock because they don't have anything at home for their meals. And that can be very stressful. It can cost you a lot of extra money. So if you're a wait and see type, I want to just gently suggest to you that try maybe doing a little meal planning, and we'll talk about some easy ways to do it in just a minute. Now there's also the weekly shopper who, you know, gets the weekly ad and writes her grocery list and does her weekly shopping and has kind of a plan on these are the meals we're going to have this week. So she has a good idea of what she's doing, but sometimes, you know, if something comes up, a baseball rainout game comes up, it kind of ruins her plans, and so then the stress starts all over. But she's probably a little better off than the wait and see shopper. And then number 3, we have our monthly marathoner. And very few people I know do this, but for some it works great, where they go in the grocery store and do a month of shopping at a time. I tried that for couple months and it didn't work for me. It was like I had to get a babysitter. I was gone so long at the store, I had to get a babysitter while I was at the grocery store, and it took 2 carts and I couldn't push the carts, and it was just a mess for me. I'm probably more of the weekly shopper type, but whatever type you are, you need to get a handle on how you're going to do your meals. It will just take away some of the stress from your day. And one very simple suggestion that I want to make to the mother who wrote into me, and maybe to you, is I have these calendars. I have a friend who lives in Hawaii, and every year her mother sends me these nice calendars with beautiful pictures from Hawaii. And one year I thought, what should I do with this pretty calendar? And I decided to use it for meal planning. And you can do this 2 ways. If you're a wait and see kind of person, you might try this first way. What I did was I just recorded what we ate for dinner each night as we ate. So August 1st, that's what this is open to, we had breakfast for dinner. So we had bacon and eggs and pancakes, and I just wrote it down after the fact, after we'd already eaten it. And then I did that and went through a month. And then at the end of the month, here I had a meal plan for an entire month. And it wasn't any planning ahead, I just simply recorded what we had eaten. Now if you're the weekly shopper, or maybe the monthly marathoner, you can take your calendar out and try to plan ahead. You know, this is what I plan to have this night. And if you're a weekly shopper and one of those games turns up, what I do with my weekly shopping, if you can see one of these I post, you'll notice there are arrows all over the place. Or if something comes up in the evening, I'll say, oh, this meal's a little easier to fix, it won't take as much time, and I'll just switch it out with something else. So I like plan a week but the meals can get switched around if they need to, so I'm a little flexible that way. So that works really well for me. But now what I've found is I have all these calendars. See, here's 2009, this one's 2010, 2011, 2012 I have upstairs. But now I can look back, and if what should we have for dinner next Wednesday? I can look back, oh, last year on that day we had such and such. And it's making my meal planning so much easier, and I can even look back, you know, in December. What did we have for Christmas Eve dinner? You know, we have a big party on Christmas Eve at our house, so what did I fix for that? And I have a record of it. So I just save these calendars, and they've been a great help for me for meal planning. So I hope this helps you too. I'll see you next week.